This is Lalush from the Copernicus Major. I'm in the Capricornus Constellation. I am an amphibian. I don't know what you would call me. I'm more of a jellyfish type of creature. Who you guys would classify. And I carry the eggs on my on what you would call my torso.
Aww.
Around my chest and torso area.
How many eggs at once?
Thousands. Yes. They grow up and we go and we start our own little play. Our planet is very vast and there are many different creatures. And there are many different in our area there's a lot of us, but we build and we move and we have a protector. We have a giant what you guys would call a sea turtle. We call him Mun, and he protects this area around him and Barthra. They could protect this area around where we live, and we have our children, and we make our place to live, and
is it in water?
we create. Yes, it's kind of like what you guys would think water is, like electrified type of water. Compared, we are bigger creatures. Like I'm very big compared to you. You guys are on the smaller scale. My planet is probably like maybe 10 times your Jupiter's.
Wow.
Yeah. But we do have beings that breathe different mixtures, and we have very sophisticated places. We've raised these bigger beings from when they were very small. Any big predator on our planet, we raised them so they were imprinted with not harming any sentient creature with love. So if you come to our planet, they're not gonna harm you unless you're aggressive towards them. Just how they are. But other than that, in the wild, the animals are very, very violent. Unless you have what they call the gift, which is like soul sentience. All animals have soul sentience on your planet. Some don't when they're in a pack. Their job is to keep the ecosystem balanced as such. But everyone's job is to live and to make the universe beautiful. To paint it with their soul resonance. And sing their songs of sorrow and happiness, love and regret. And ultimately to live, to feel and progress in their soul nature, to move on, to understand concepts, and even furthermore, more complex concepts, and to fill themselves with light and goodness, to move up and to move on. Always your job has been to live. Live as much as you can. Learn as much as you can. Gain as many skills as you can. Love as many people as you can. Always reach and strive towards that light. Because you are chosen beings who live in the light and bask in it always. I would love to feel the light on my flesh, my skin. But where I am, I would never feel it. The rays of the sun on my planet would burn us. But how beautiful is your planet and your people. And I will always send you my love now that I know about you. And I call you all my friend. Us many beings who are a part of the collective, collective, we all have different names for what we call it. On our planet, we call it the Ashtar Collective, the Galactic Collective. But when we joined Ashtar, Sheeran personally came here and stopped the worst time in history for my people. And for beings infected with certain evil nanites and different things. There are certain procedures, especially when it didn't come from your planet. There used to be a war in the heavens, way back when. And we would watch and view other beings. We were scientific in nature, always going to the infinite library. We still have a couple of portals there, and we learn with other beings. They are gracious enough to come into the water and help teach us. And for that, we are grateful. And I think every being should have access to, a library. At least one that helped us and helped us progress past the means of our planet. But I have a feeling that your planet has what it needs. It has the people it needs. You just can't discount anything. You just can't leave any stone unturned. You have to believe in your people, because that's who's going to lead you guys out of this time. You guys have to love your planet, because your planet loves you. It sustains you, and it gives to you always. And you guys have neighbors on your planet, and brothers and cousins on your planet that you guys don't know about yet, because you guys are just on the surface and scratching the surface, and you've been left to do it all on your own. But now there are beings who are coming to help, because you guys are crying out for help, and we heard you, and we're here. In this energy and this time, you guys are becoming more and more psychic, believing more and more. The dark ages are passing. You guys were warned about it before. You guys just didn't believe it because you've been in it for so long. Literally, you haven't gone through the worst of it. But you're coming out of it, and you're coming into a golden age. A time where we will probably meet. Because I'm kind of immortal, being a jellyfish and all, but human beings are my new favorite thing. We are very inherently psychic beings, and we view people with our psychic abilities. We may possess maybe some beings on your planet. I know I have a couple of friends on your planet too, but I'm not supposed to say anything. You guys have treaties with the people under the sea and things like that. I'm really rooting for you guys so much. I'm waiting to see what the wonders that you guys are gonna see. And I can't wait to see what you guys discovered about the elders and to compare notes, because they're everywhere. In a way, we're all related. Every last being. Because we all come from one source. And in the central sun in the universe, just know that Prime Creator's there. And Prime Creator cares for all beings. And your religions are based off of Prime Creator. All of them. So there's no need to fight. You're all brothers and sisters and cousins. I don't know if my words will fall on deaf ears, but if you go far enough, it's all the same. Every religion is a copy of the other religion. And everyone's gonna say to respect tradition. And I understand it's hard, but people need to really look past certain things. And I'm not saying to get rid of your religion, but I am saying to be a decent human being. And there are laws and rights I think everyone should have, and I don't think anyone should die because of a religion. Because we're all citizens of this planet. Well, not me, but you guys are. And you all deserve rights. And you all deserve to live. And you all deserve a fighting chance. And you all deserve the chance to be nurtured, to be loved, and to live a good life. You belong with all of us. Also, you belong home. But there's nothing saying that you can't do both. With the help of the Galactic Union and the Ashtar Command, we'll definitely get it accomplished. One day you guys will see spaceships in the sky, and people will cry and rejoice. And some fake news is, they'll say it's an invasion, but it won't be. It'll be a welcoming party. It'll be a celebration committee. And it'll be enough people to help heal and stop the death on the planet, and the hurt and the pain, and all of the influenza, and the destruction and the war. Everything will come to a complete stop. And everyone will turn towards the sky. And prophecy will be fulfilled. As beings in legend will walk the earth once more. And giants will be on the earth. As in days of old of Noah. It was already prophesied that all this would happen. But you guys polarized and dreaded the day. Because the beings who are doing bad, who are doing evil, will be brought to their knees. And the flaming sword will be brought to their throat. And their heads will roll. And their blood will make a river. And that is in your own Bible. Because no mercy will be given to those who gave no mercy to those. But what I mean by that is, they gave no mercy to you and yours. They had their chance to rule and to be in charge. They slept soundly, while you starved and bled and fought, and suffered and shivered, and went without. They were fat and rich and wealthy, and turned a blind eye to all your hurting and iniquities. And they will be punished, either by your hand or by the hand of a different being. But it will happen. So says a giant psychic jellyfish in the Goat Constellation. So you can take it as a joke. But that space signal is going to keep getting stronger. And they're going to keep moving closer. And they're going to move slow. Because they have a really big boat. And they don't want to make waves. But once they get here, you better run and hide. Because they're coming for you. And they will free the people. And the people will dance in the street. And it'll be another time where food will rain from the sky. And people will feel weird about it. And that's okay. But we need to be united as a people. And all of the things that were in the dark will come to light. And you'll be surprised when it all comes down. In a biblical sense, for them, they were freaking out because this was the time for you guys. And they couldn't imagine so many people dying. But with people with global news, you see these numbers all the time, millions and millions dying. They couldn't imagine the world wars back in the time of Israel. They couldn't imagine Iraq and Afghanistan and destruction and blowing up and shooting and explosions and temples being blown up and the California wildfires, Australia. Everything's on fire. Everything's burning. And it looks and it sounds and it feels like it's the end of the world, but it isn't, because you live on every day and everything's fine. You just need to prepare and take care and be good and be better to everyone and take care of everyone as best you can, because you guys are human and your people are your people. All of them, no matter what they look like, no matter what they sound like, no matter what they say. They're human beings just like you. They bleed, they cry, they feel like you. And you may have differences now, but if something comes to change all that, how quickly would you band together? We need to be united more than ever. On my planet, I'm not gonna say it's kind of, my planet is like living, breathing, like SpongeBob SquarePants, I guess. The beings are very much industrialized under the water, and
So the whole planet's water? Like, or...
well, pretty much, yes. It's pretty much covered under the water. Anything that lives above the water is very, how do you say, the beings are very elemental above the water. They don't have form like the beings on your planet do, because it's too volatile. So they're like elemental, kind of, in nature.
A house, do you, like...
Yes, we have a dwelling. We have castles. We
Okay.
keep building. We
Okay,
keep
yeah, go
building
into
we keep building underneath the sand and under the rock and things like that. We form the material like you guys do in different types of forges. We use different materials. Since our water is very electrified, we can use a psychic nature in order to control the temperature and the vibration in the water, in order to cause it to heat things up, in order to change the form, and it immediately cools because it's very cold under the water.
Do you feel temperature?
Do we feel temperature? Our temperature? Yeah, well, we know, because we could take cold water. We're cold-blooded,
Okay.
I guess. But we know what temperature is. We can feel it. I mean, just because we're not warm-blooded like you guys, it doesn't, like, being in his body, I feel it feels similar. Like, I can, like, when I touch my mate, I feel, you know. Only thing is, it's psychic. I have a more complete bond with my mate because of the psychic feeling, you know. And you guys will get that, and it's coming around. You people are becoming more and more nearly psychic, or at least the vegans.